Cancer, how you doing, guys? So we're here to do your first until the 15th of December. How you doing, Cancer? Hope that you all have a good Christmas. Hopefully your monthly is out by now, so you've got the world that's came out. So making room in life for someone to sit down and have a discussion with you. You've also got the sign of Gemini. So a lot of you, this is a discussion, but this is also a family matter. So there might be family matters of difference of opinion. but there would be a sit down. Someone wants to sit down and talk amicably, or hopefully to come to some kind of terms and conditions of the one of whether it's going to start or whether it's not. Because this would also be someone that's hopefully moving in with you. They will be travelling literally to move in. If that is your circumstance, then that would be. And it could also be a grandparent as well that might have an opinion for or against that. But there is someone at the moment that is willing to listen. So it might mean that you're both willing to work on things at the moment because there is a lot of love there. Okay, so there's also a part of like Saturnian, which is going to be moving. So the external appearance of things are changing. Someone's appearance is also changing, where there might be some kind of worry. These are also grandparents that are sitting around a table. So there might be people that are intervening into your business that you might not like or you might like. But at the moment, this is kind of like liking it. It's like a like to dislike. It's a like to. I'm picking it up as a lot of like agreements that are going to happen. If there is a lot of work, it's things that are moving very fast now. If you sell things productly, there's some kind of product value of where you're giving people the amount of attention that they want. There is someone that's trying to seek your attention to say that they're going to travel. But there is also an agreement that someone's willing to sit down and talk. So it might be if you're interested in any fixed sign or Gemini, then there is a willing. Where there's a will, there's a way. Some of you, it might be a will. Some people, because the world can also mean a lot to do with the external appearance. So it can also mean the wheel of fortune, but it can also mean judgment to me. So some of you might be waiting on an answer from also a grandparent for like, not a will, but because there would be an unsure of energy of how it's going to go. But that wouldn't be for everybody. That would just be for some. Or there might be just some concern for a parent. Because there's an energy of what I'm feeling is there is a concern, but it might not be a bad one. It's just that there's a concern around a family matter where it might be to do with Christmas. You never know who's going to go where. Let's see, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus from the 1st until the 15th of December. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus from the 1st until the 15th of December. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus from the 1st to the 15th. Thank you. So, oh dear. So I told you, someone, I do feel that energy around. Someone is very stern in their approach. There is a strict work ethic, which is good also, but you've got the 5 of Blades. So this can be someone that is very difficult in order for you to agree with, because they might ask for a lot of information and they might want to know about your life, and they might generally love you. It could be a parent. But there could be someone around your energy that asks for information about what you know and what you're doing and what you're saying, and then all of a sudden they can change their mind. And then if you are going through something for control, because this can be manipulation of mind, so their mind might change a lot, and their mind changes, and 1 minute it's this way and the next minute it's that, and they kind of come across as a little bit probably like a Jekyll and Hyde energy. Okay, so it's a bit like hide and seek, try to find. So someone's trying to find out, is what I'm hearing psychically, through some kind of information that they want to know. So if someone is in your energy, it can also be a parent or grandparent, that someone wants to know what you're doing and where you're going, and then all of a sudden they change their mind. And sometimes if you do go through periods of controlling behaviour, which can actually act as narcissism, it would be an acting out where you lose interest and they go, puh, huh, like that. Well, you didn't say what I wanted you to say, or you didn't agree with what I wanted you to agree with. So there's some kind of disagreement or an argument that you're having with someone, and it is a cycle that is played out for a very long time, it seems. So if that's not a love interest or partner, that would be a family member, or it would have a lot of confusion around work, because if you work for yourself, or you work, or when you do travel for work, or what you want to do, it's kind of like this person wants to know where you're traveling to, where you're going. So it can also relate to a car, to traveling, to shopping, literal shopping, disagreement around shopping, disagreement around rent and all that kind of stuff, where they're in your business and they want to talk, but then when they do talk, it's kind of like they have this disagreeing energy of an opinion, where they can be very opinionated and point things out to you that, well, I don't think that you should do this and I don't think that you should do that. When you start to gain clarity of your own mind, you think, well, my mind was already made up. So why is your mind changed? Gemini energy, okay, can be also a because this is using your intelligence. So it seems like someone uses your intelligence against you. There's some kind of intelligence seeking where someone could well be very intellectual, but someone could use that against you, which comes up as a form of manipulation of an opinion that they have, where they want to talk, they do talk, and then when they talk, it soon goes from 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. So a lot of that is mind games and manipulation that can be, which I do pick up, a lot of you, it is a family member. Now, if these are people that you are interested in a partner, these energies can well come through that is what your partner's going through. That could be with a parent or a contract that they have to end first, but it might not be ending is because it's family matters. So Doreen starts to enter the building again where it is healing family issues. But does it ever, if someone always has a big issue, is what I'm starting to hear. If someone always has a big issue with someone, it doesn't exactly heal family issues if you're going through periods of control. Spirits wouldn't know what that is. They don't understand control. They just understand what you want. When your mind's controlled by someone else and you're also in the awakening process, you get very confused. You don't know your head from your arsehole sometimes, and you get lost in translation. You have an argument because it's difference of opinion. Sorry, but I seem to see how I've turned out into a newsreader. Sorry, Cancer, I'm not laughing. I just like to go with the energy, with the flow. There is some kind of flow as well that's going. It's kind of like going, it's going, coming and going. Might be flu also. Someone could have a cold and flu symptoms. There's some kind of symptom that terms. And picking up symptom as well, like it's a condition. It might be someone's condition that you don't agree with. So it would cause a lot of family arguments because there would be an energy of negativity around you. So that can be anybody in 10, of the world, and also a 5, which was how you learn to resolve it, by dissolving it and resolving it and dissolving it, resolving it. So I'm picking up also an illness that someone could have that you might see them or them you as some kind of condition of that you just have a difference of opinion. Literally, you might see them a little bit crazy now and again, or I'm not sure, it's not really my life. Well, trust me, it is. I do have a parent that is also a Gemini that's very controlling. Sorry, you don't want to know about my but this is a reading for Cancer, so who knows. But yeah, there is that. It's difference of opinion, and it would be that this person always wants to sit down and talk to you all the time, and they want to talk, and then when you do, there's a difference of opinion out of a matter that's to do with also work and what you do, also travel, wherever you've got to travel to, or that you know that you have to travel to, that there's a difference of opinion. If it isn't traveling, it is literally just the fact that this person always wants to sit down and talk with you, but there's a difference of opinion of an agreement. Okay, so it's just disagreeing. It's disagreeing. This energy at the moment is disagreeing with you. So, you might see yourself lost in that. Especially when you're awoke, you see yourself lost in that, and it can get very confusing of thinking, well, am I controlling or am I not? Or are they, trust me, if you do suffer from gaslighting or control, you do lose your mind of not understanding really whereabouts you are. That's still being awoke. Good luck with being spiritually awake, because sorry, but that does happen when you go through awakening process. In order to focus on one, I'm going to do a video about this, but to focus on one, you can't focus in different directions. 4 always goes on about the magician, still 4 of cups, 4 of wands, 4. 3, master teacher. 4, learning something to manifest. Focus, sorry, I'm pointing, but focus on one thing of direction. If your focus is pulled in different directions, that's why you start to have missed opportunities, because ungratefulness or gratefulness only comes through at certain periods of time of how you manifest over a period of time. If your thoughts and mind is scattered by someone else, you'll get slow pieces of money, slow pieces of love, slow pieces of this that can be very confusing. That's where you put the pieces together that all fall into place. That's awakening. That happens. When that happens time and time again, you notice that focusing is always about what you have in life and what you want to manifest in one direction of concentration. Okay, there's someone that pulls your concentration here, where you're trying to concentrate at work, you're trying to concentrate on something, somebody gives you a remark, it makes you focus on that, which can be negativity, stops your manifesting progress, but I'll do a separate video for that, Cancer, if anybody's interested. But here we go. So Cancer. So there you are, Cancer. So it is a lot to do with traveling and money. There's also someone that's a charmer, once a charmer, someone who likes charms, also a charm bracelet I'm picking up from Pandora. Pandora's charm, someone might be buying you a Pandora's charm for Christmas. So you might be thinking about actually traveling with this person, and then they might be buying you a gift. Okay, and it could be a charm bracelet. So I'd hate to burst a bubble if that is possible. I don't know. But this is also music. So there's some kind of interest of music that you like. Okay, but this is trying to grab someone's attention. That is kind of like, listen, do you like to listen to what I've got to say? Do you like to listen to what I do? So there is some kind of difference of opinion of where they try to resonate with you by language. Okay. You take this out of the fact that it's music, it's just resonant of their tone of voice. It can be a little bit loud, maybe for sometimes, right? But it might be loud, and it's kind of like loud and proud. Someone's very proud, and their ego stands in the way of you coming to terms and conditions with things that go on, things that make you go, pretty much. But things that make you curious to why you can't seem to get on with this person because, well, maybe, okay, it would have a lot to do with disagreement over a car or so, and travelling and petrol and diesel and expenses, rent, all that kind of stuff is all in this reading. This is also someone that's trying to charm their way back into your life as well. Could be your love life that's external from this too. You could have this going on around a parent as well, or it's your love life, or it's all involved. But there's definitely a lot of involvement where your love life might be in good standing, but your partner's going through something, and you're probably talking about it through this card also with how can we do things independently away from an energy also that you or your partner might be going through. Okay, so tarot cards, they are a lot of cards, and they come through energies of difference of separating the cards down and giving you different values of what it can be. It can be everything for you, but I try to separate it down, but you do have that here. It's a difference of opinion of money, travelling, and that someone or your partner or you have to go to work quite a lot, and that there's a work ethic that is brought into attention that your partner might need to travel. Okay, if it isn't work, there's just you having probably a difference of opinion of waiting for them to actually travel to come and see you because of Cancer, you're here. Okay, so they might have to wrap things up at work, or they have to wrap things up with an agreement that they're settled into where they're disagreeing against that, but they are travelling towards you, Cancer, because you're here. Okay, and they're going to come in and give you a nice. Well, they're going to want to reconcile pretty much. I know this is only the Knight of Cups, but it's still reconciliation through this card. Is that they want to talk to you. So someone definitely wants to talk to you. But that could be your partner, and you might be discussing that together about this conditioning that somebody has external that can be their parent or something that they're going through that's difficult for them to understand, because there might be a parent that latches on to an energy here also. So all of above, you get the Five of Swords, because it starts to form a pattern through your mind that creates worry, stress, panic. Sometimes there's not panic stations, but there is also sort of like someone also like traveling a lot for work or wants to, but there's where they're going to talk to you about it, but you might have a difference of opinion, the fact that they're going to have to want to travel for work, and it's kind of like, oh, when can I see you again? So there's some kind of when can I see you again, when can we meet again also. There's a meeting and I missed again. Mr. Ben, the change of the closet. Mr. Ben was someone that had a coat of many colours, and he changed his appearance, and he had changed his ways. I hear him changing my ways, or trying to persuade you otherwise, this card here. Trying to be a very persuasive energy, where this energy could be between you and your relationship. So your relationship here could be very good here, okay? And this is somebody else. This can be somebody that's stopping independence because they're codependent, or who knows, Cancer. But somebody is independent of wanting to know someone's, they're very opinionated, can be very opinionated with what people should or shouldn't do, maybe, okay? Doesn't have to mean these signs. If I'm pointing to the sign, it doesn't have to be. Everybody has difference of opinion, especially when you're spiritual. We learn and grow through conditioning of being down a rabbit hole, waking up out of a casket and realising that we're all alone, really. We're not alone. We have other people, but you feel separated and alone by your awakening process. So I am picking that up as well, of sharp truths that could come in. So it is as well communication here with this person is not quite on par at the moment. You've got the 8 of Wands. It is a lot to do with someone having to travel to work, and it could also be a fire sign that could be moving out from one contract to come towards and be with you. Okay, so pretty much any of these signs, but if you was to take a fire sign, because it's to do with talking and traveling, it would have a lot to do with a conflict that they've got going on in their life also, or they're having that conflict with you, and that they're having to end that terms and condition in order to move in with you, or if it's cross-watchers, somebody else. But somebody would be also ending a contract of a disagreement that they're having about rent, okay, money, and a difference of opinion of someone might be forming this. Well, if you can't fall in line with it's, listen, those kind of things here are when appearances change. People's hands in life, spiritually as well, get forced to change, because life will change regardless, and the appearance of life has to change, and people have to catch up with it. And sometimes a tower moment is when it will force someone's hand, because one of the people in a soul group will meet somebody or do something different, because they will meet someone. When you have the magician energy, it forces someone's hand away from other people that are not making correct decisions for their destiny to fulfill of what they're going to learn anyway. You can't change the hands of karma ever. So your karma is something that you've got to experience. This, through this energy here, is definitely about a difference of opinion that someone's going through, an agreement that they're still in, okay, but they're having to go through that to end it in order to be with you. Or separation doesn't have to mean you. It just means that they're going for a contract, that there's a difference of opinion of that they're not on the same wavelength through their conditioning of their head, because they're not in an agreement with someone. They're probably not talking at the moment. Whoever that is, it can be you and your partner. You're not talking at the moment, or you're not talking amicably or with somebody, but this can still be your partner that's not. Okay? Cancer for the 1st to the 15th. So yeah, you see, things that make you go, So, you got more cards out than what I wanted. Things that make you go, was contemplating, what do I do next? Where do I go? This is also a lost in translation, because it's trying to give you something here to say, look, I can help you out, okay? We can work it out. So someone does want to, they're thinking about, well, how are we going to communicate more amicably then? Because there is someone that is also still concerned about money. So money might be a concern that's on your mind, that's making you think about, well, okay, now my hand is changed. My card deck is changed. You know, you might be seeking out a personal reading. You can find one below if you want to. Okay, but generally, you know, there's a lot of contemplation and thinking about this person, or you, and all of you are, what's my next move in life? Where do I go now? Because my hand has changed, my appearance has changed, and that life has to change. And if I don't, something's going to happen, right? So contracts start to end and also begin. The moon. Things that make you go, that itch, that you just can't find out, that you know that there's something looming. 4, okay, sorry, I'm teaching now. 3, master teacher. 4, you're using the magician to study and learn something, to how to use that energy in the right direction. 5, okay, that you did come up through the bottom, which was the 5 of cups, but 5 would be you just about to receive something. That's the calm before the storm. Never scare it off. That's why you would pick up on synchronicities of numbers that would say to you, keep your most dominant thoughts of what you want to manifest into your life, to keep your manifesting program to receive it in the right manner, because you're just about to. Okay? Contract here. Phone's for you. Something's for you, and there's a contract ending as it also begins, but that itch that you can't yet see, that's your karma. That's how you communicate with yourself here, through also your moon sign, right? But Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But how you would communicate amicably with that would be down to you, would be down to you, because there is also someone here, very much so, that has a difference of opinion that tries to stop these contracts from happening, okay? So this person or you are waiting for things to happen. Then you come up against a decision that is needed to be made. This is paying attention and focus, you see. 2 goes to 3. 2 is still in a direction of a path of where you're going to go. 3, studying, learning, teacher, the master teacher. 4, using the energy as the magician to do it. 5, about to receive something. 6, you receive it. Okay? Don't scare it off. 8 and 2, 10. Okay? So it's a lot to do with moving and travelling. There's a progression of forward, but there's still a progression of unknown. Okay? Because it's an unknown contract yet that's still looming. The conditioning between you and someone, or your partner and someone, there's a difference of opinion of how they talk to one another. They just don't relate, and they're not on the same page through... It can be a child, also can be anybody here, right? But there's a certain condition that... Okay, so you don't want me to teach. But, okay, so generally, a contract, major one, ending as also beginning. If anybody ever says to you that, well, no, that's done, that's over, that's done, you can play those out many times in life until you get it, right? But if they're family members, generally they're in your life forever. You know, unless you don't want them to be, then you have to completely and utterly get them out of your life and never talk to them again, right? But generally that doesn't happen. Reality happens. There's a reality check here. I'm picking up check, where it's a lot to do with money. And there's a disagreement over rent. This is also rent, because this is a contract rent that's due and overdue too. So it's kind of like, well, I'm waiting for this person to just finish their rent agreement with somebody, or their agreement that they've agreed to. Someone agreed to it. There's an agree to disagree. So someone's agreed that they'll continue to do something for a certain period of time, but they're still not talking. Okay? Still not talking. Or you're not. And that's why you're coming up against this energy here. It's like backwards, forwards. 8 to 2, 8 to 2, 2 and 8, 2 and 8. You're in a 2 and 8, bruv. You're in a 2 and 8. You're caught between translation of communication. Okay? So, in order to progress with it, we'll go on with the rest of the reading, but we've gone up to nearly 25 readings. Let me just see. Hold on a second, Cancer. So, it is. I'm picking up this of... A lot of it is you that's involved here, definitely, but you would be watching it anyway. This person also here is struggling a little bit with their work of, how am I going to work on this? How are we going to do it? I've got people that want to know stuff. They want to know where I'm going and what I'm doing for work. Also, a parent is also in this person's mind, or being a grandparent or a parent. But this might be information that they're digging for that you might not like, because this person here might interfere with, are you going to give birth? Are you going to have children? Where are you going to go? How are you going to support yourself? What are you going to do for work and finances and money? How are you going to be independent away from this here, which can be a parent or grandparent that's definitely in someone's energy? So it's something that they're having to come to terms with that they don't quite see eye to eye. Okay? Here. Could be a Pisces, could be Cancer, Scorpio. But they're going through something that will amicably, or an array will end it. It will end it, because you can't keep up that same manner for ages. People will just end up just getting pissed off or whatever, and they just move on. Okay. But anyway, I shouldn't have sworn, because I'm trying not to swear on the readings anymore. But we'll clarify everything and see how we're going to go. We'll clarify it with another deck as usual. We'll go on to do another 2 cards here to make a triangle, and then clarify everything to give me the second layer of what this is really about for you and them, or just them, and how it comes across for you to come together with your partner if that's happening. Okay? And you can find us over on Vimeo or Patreon. Yeah, Vimeo, Patreon. Patreon will be, obviously, gives you like 3 to 4, if it's coming on Christmas, but about 4 different readings. Yeah, 4 readings, and then if not, it will be Vimeo. If you just want to watch this reading clarified, it will be in the link below, and it will be under the bi-weekly readings. So this is from the 1st until the 15th. If you want a personal reading, you can also reach out. I've changed a lot of things below, so you can find playlists for meditation and all that kind of stuff, music. If you want to join Everything Music, you can find a link just below this or in the description. Okay, alright guys, hopefully see you on the other side. I hope you have a great Christmas, and I'll catch you again soon with also the soulmate and what's going on in their life through December. Okay, alright guys, thanks very much. I'll catch you again soon. Peace.